What are the new Force powers coming to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker? Even though the sweet Baby Yoda's captured our hearts and our memes with The Mandalorian, it's easy to forget that in about 2 weeks, we're going to be seeing a brand new Star Wars movie, Episode 9, which is going to close out the decades-long Skywalker Saga. As this release date grows ever closer, Star Wars fans are being treated to a slew of new information in the form of press info, interviews, junkets, John Boyega's Instagram, and even discarded scripts that he just left around lying in his apartment when he moved out. Wound up on eBay. Good move, John. But it's a new interview from Vanity Fair this week with Episode 9 director JJ Abrams that has some fans pulling out their hair. In this interview, he reveals The Rise of Skywalker may piss off some fans, and not for the reasons you might be expecting, but specifically due to new Force powers that will show up in this latest Star Wars installment. Now, before we go any further, we're going to be speculating and breaking things down that could potentially be considered spoilers, so if you're not a Bothan spy and you want to go into theaters on December 20th with your mind free of such things, turn away now. But if you're staying, take this time to like and subscribe, because it fuels me. It's my back to tank. So what did the JJ say? Well, let's take a peek. It was really important that we did not just redo the things you've seen, but add new elements, which we knew will infuriate some people and thrill others. He went on to say, we wanted to make sure that this picture also showed aspects of the Force in ways that go beyond what you've seen before. Now, he explained the choice like this. The challenge on this film, being the end of 3 trilogies, was to tell a story that not only feels inevitable, but also feels surprising. Which, honestly, makes a lot of sense. But let's see what else he had to say. Well, I can't speak to what it means about the future of Star Wars, but what I can say is that you don't want to come to this movie to see everything you've seen before, but you want to make sure that you're bringing elements that feel like it's expanding the story even as this brings it to a close. Yeah, we don't want to see another Death Star the size of a planet this time. We want to see new things. New stuff, like we don't want to see someone reveal that they're actually someone's parent. We want to see new stuff. Anyway, he recognizes that adding new powers won't be without controversy, saying there are some people who want to not like something, and they will, without question, find something not to like. And people who want to like it will find things to like. I feel like you get criticized for changing too much, you get criticized for not changing enough, and everyone's opinion is valid. To be fair, adding shiny new Force powers and new Star Wars entries is part of what makes Star Wars Star Wars. There was seeing the future in The Empire Strikes Back, Force lightning in Return of the Jedi, super speed in The Phantom Menace, Force protection in The Last Jedi, so on and so forth. So knowing that, adding new powers shouldn't be that big of a deal. I mean, what could these powers even be? It'll be impossible to say for sure until the film comes up, but let's break down some potential options. Now, first of all, we know there have been several rumors that the film could give us our first live-action glimpse at a very popular Force power from the old expanded universe, and that is Force healing. We wouldn't be surprised if that shows up, since Baby Yoda kind of hinted at this power in The Mandalorian when he reached out to touch the wounded Mando in Chapter 2. Tied to Force healing is another option, resurrection. Palpatine hinted at the ability to defeat death in Episode 3 in a certain tale from a certain Darth, which is something that a certain Jedi wouldn't tell you. So we might get a glimpse at this ability that someone considered unnatural in this film with Palpatine's return. Another new Force power, which some fans think they already might have spotted, Force flying. In the trailers and TV spots for The Rise of Skywalker, there's the shot of Rey leaping from some sort of First Order docking bay towards Finn on the ramp of the Millennium Falcon. It's an extremely far distance to leap, which has some fans positing, what if it's not Force jumping, but instead Force flying? I mean, she's not The Rock in Skyscraper. How'd she get from point A to point B? If so, this would be an update to General Leia using the Force to glide through the vacuum of space after a missile destroyed the bridge on the Resistance cruiser Raddus. R.I.P. to my boy, Admiral Akbar. He died as he lived, screaming. Another possibility that fans have latched onto, Force possession. Now, these fans suggest that Palpatine's return might not entirely be in a physical form, and he could instead inhabit the body of a powerful Force user like Rey or Kylo Ren. Kind of like Voldemort on like Professor Quirrell's head, just like a gross like Palpatine face, like, do it. This sort of feels like the Jedi mind trick kicked up to a truly powerful notch. But wait, there's more. This last possibility isn't a new Force power, but it's a new context for an existing Force power. Rey using Force lightning. Now, Force lightning's generally considered a dark side ability, even though Yoda was able to absorb that and redirect it. So if Rey's not evil and uses Force lightning, that really changes things for the future of the Force users in the galaxy far, far away. Now, diehard conspiracists strapped on their Beskar metal hats and pointed to a couple pieces of evidence to support this. First, when Rey claims in the trailers that people claim to know her, but don't.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
And second, when John Boyega posted a picture to his Instagram of Finn and newcomer Janna on the soaking wet exterior of the Death Star, which he captioned, "She's changed." And fans think that she refers to Rey, and they think that she might be using Force lightning. Overall, no matter which one of these new Force powers that he adds, it's reassuring that JJ Abrams knows he has a tightrope to walk between the familiar and the brand new for this final installment of the Skywalker Saga. But what do you folks think? What are other Force powers you think could be included? Are you glad to see this saga come to a close? And what is your favorite Force power overall? Let's discuss. It's gotta be Force push, right? If you've played any Star Wars game, it's Force push. Just throw dudes to their death, you're like, Wilhelm scream. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, why not give us a like and subscribe? And if you want to get notified every time we go live with a new show or drop a new video, please feel free to mash that little bell. That way you can be up to date on all the latest news, theories, and rumors in the pop culture world.